Hey, Printverts, we're back again. Keep doing it. Forget y'all are upside down. We got another new filament review. This is the TecBears 3D printing filament. Got it on Amazon. This is another one of these names I have not heard of. Gram 2.2, getting a little squished. That's really Amazon. What we got on the back here? See if I can get this thing closer for y'all to read it. This is going to be doable. Of course, now I can't read it. You got a lot of info on the back. Nothing special about the box. What does it say on it? Keep dry, keep away from heat, flammable. TecBears PLA 3D kilogram spool. On the back, we'll go back to the other camera. Let's see, they say 200 to 2. Oh, well, let me start out what they got here. Says they are ISO 9001 certified, ROHS, and REACH, made in China. Website is TecBears.com, TecBears. A Maze Lab. They list PLA, PLA Rambo, PLA Noctilucent. Okay, PLA carbon fiber, PLA marble, PLA plus, SPLA wood, silk, silk rainbow, ABS, ABS Noctilucent, ABS high temp, hips, PETG, PETG rainbow, PA, PC, flexible TPU, PCL, and PVA. They got quite a different range. I'm starting to really notice when you go through these different manufacturers, some of them are just sticking to 2 or 3 main, and then some of these guys are just trying to cover everything. PLA, which is what this is, 200 230C. Blue required, platform temp, blue required if not heated. Blue unrequired if 60 to 80 degrees. So a little higher than most of the others recommended for the bed. Interesting. Usually do about 55. Tolerance 0.02 millimeters, diameter 1.75, 2.85, and 3 millimeters. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, I know what I forgot. Forgot the calipers. Measure this. Box over somewhere. And just. Oh! Well, there's something. I don't know if that was the shipping or what, but the spool is broken right there. Snapped right down in there. Still usable, just won't be as pretty. Aw. It's right through the little logo. I don't know if y'all can see this. It's a bear. It's a very angry bear. Rawr, rawr, rawr. Alright, I'll show y'all the web page. Alright, there's the web page. Oddly enough, showing $20.99 here, but when I bought it, it was actually $18.99. That's once again why I bought it, was because it was the cheapest I could find, and that's what this series of reviews is all about. It's about the cheapest filaments I can find. I have to start checking eBay, see if there's even cheaper than Amazon, but for some reason, I guess because I'm not logged in through my account through the OBS browser, it's showing $20.99. I saved 10%, so $18.99. Got it in a day though. Wasn't even 2 days. It was 1 day, so they keep this local. Sorry about all the throat clearing, but this pollen has been killing me. Got a horrible ear infection. Alright. Oh, you can also find them at facebook.com/TecBears, TecBears. Just says TecBears 3D printer filament. It's got a little graph on the side, which I cannot read at all. Maybe we'll find out once we get the wrapping off. Made in China. What's it say on the back? Exact same stuff. Sealed nicely well. Maybe too good if maybe that caused that. Let's see, can I get this open without the scissors? Oh no. Side? No. Nastiness. There's a piece of the spool. That's disappointing. Right? Spooled very nice. Except for the broken spool. It's very straight, not like the pre-line or pry-line that I got. That so far, although has printed actually totally fine, so it has not tangled on me. I'm still waiting for it. The one weird thing, let's see if y'all can see this one. Can you see how it's just not even halfway layered? That's the first I've actually gotten that. Yeah. I've gone through a lot of spools of filament. I guess about 2.5 years. Also looks like this corner, right here, the spool is pushed in slightly. I really think that's from the air removal process. It's really odd. Never seen that. But yeah, I've gone through a lot of filament, and I have never gotten one that's just kind of half spooled on a layer. Usually it stops right about the edge. So that's different. Go back. The overhead. Doing the smell test. Almost zero smell, really. It's really interesting also doing these reviews, how different all these filaments really smell coming out of the bag. And of course some, you know, smell more like waffles and maple syrup when they're printing. Yeah, no real smell at all. Stink? Right. Let's get the calipers. Oop. Zero out. Just saw it. Where to go? Right there. Feels good. Feels pretty even. Brake test. Even at the end, that's reassuring. Usually when it is going to snap, it's right down there at the end where it's dried out. Okay, yeah, that's definitely dry. Let's see what we got. We got 0, 1.8. Of course, these are cheap calipers. 1.7 there. Let's go back. 1.6. 1.6. Wants to sit about 1.7. 1.7. 0.7. 0.7. 0.6. 0.6. Bit of variation. Well, y'all know the routine. I'm gonna put y'all on hold, and we're gonna go ahead and start our Benchy, our cube, our calibration kitty. Sorry, these are stacky kitties. Those really are gonna be so much fun once I got a whole set. Ah, kitties fall over. Gonna have to glue them. All right, put you on hold. Get these prints started. Once again, same G code as everything else. 215 on the hot end. 55 on the bed. I'll have to look up how many millimeters. I know it's not super fast. It's probably 60 or 80, maybe 100 at the most. I used to have this thing up to about 120, 130. I slowed down for something, and for the life of me, I don't remember what it was. So let's put you on hold, and we'll be back in a second. Back. Well, let's check out the Z Cube. Let's get you all a little closer look. All right, had zero issues, absolutely zero issues. Didn't have to do anything twice, like we had to with this pre-line or pry-line. So both of those had to do the cube and the Benchy twice. I think I just really need to tune those in a bit. So there. This came out pretty much absolutely perfect. Exact same artifacts as pretty much any of these guys. Little more than this yellow, at least on the X. Edges are much sharper. Yeah, the edges are very solid, very 90 degrees. Much more than any of these three guys. So that's a win. Let's check out the calibration kitty. Came out perfect. Almost. This is actually probably the best tail out of any of these filaments that I've had. You want to compare the tail to Yellow Kitty. I don't know if y'all can see that. Oh, that's really hard. Yeah. Yellow Kitty, you could tell there was cooling issues all the way down, but this stuff got about halfway. Really about halfway. It's only the upper half of his tail that has any little bit of temperature issues. And what's odd is it's just at the edges that there's actually a very nice clean printed center line right down the middle of the tail. And once again, I also know that happens to be with this printer with this parts cooling design that I actually came up with. I need to add a fan to the other side, actually modify that duct so it's blowing on both sides. But it actually came out better than, yeah, these as well. Yep. Cleaner than this blue. Corners are much more 90 degree, less rounded than that. Same thing with that one, yeah. Corners came out very nice. With both of those. Very surprised. Alright, let's look at the Benchy. Benchy came out probably the best, once again, out of all of these. Exact same artifacts as any of the other prints. Can't read the bottom, of course, because of the textured PEI plate. Also, I think that first layer is just a little low. Just a bit. I do remember having to kick up the baby steps. And then I fixed the LEDs, and I believe I forgot to reset that in the firmware. Looks actually great. This is probably, I will not say the best, but probably in the top 10 of Benchy's. The porthole, way better. Just a bump of issues right here at the top, just at the very top, unlike the whole archway on this guy. Same thing on this side. Archway is much cleaner. Porthole, I can even see looking down at the little, I don't know if that's supposed to be a pole holder or a flag holder, but it is much cleaner on this guy. Yeah, it looks absolutely perfect. I mean, This one, there's a little bit of roughness right here in this overhang area. This one, perfectly smooth. The front window, much cleaner. Much cleaner. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, it's so hard. I gotta get better lighting. You all probably can't see that at all. It is nearly perfect. This one's got a little bit of droop. It's got pretty much same amount of droop. Still fighting with all this pollen. Sides are cleaner than the blue. Everything printed better. Everything printed better. That might be because this filament is rated at, well, 190 to 210. That's pretty close to the others. Interesting. We might find out in this process it has something to do with the actual colors affecting how some of these filaments print. It'd be very interesting to know. I might have to get several of the same brand, and then several different colors of the same brand, and then of different brands to compare these. The one thing I can see more across these guys, it could just because it's a little shinier, but I don't think so. There's just a little bit more pillowing in the top surface here in the boat. Y'all can catch that. I think I just barely a little bit of pillowing. Just barely. And I believe this is only like 10 or 15% infill. I mean, it's huge. Besides that, very nice. I have to say, I think that's actually one of the nicest black PLAs I've used. I know for a long time I used the Amazon black PLA and never had an issue with it. That was my actually go-to. That stuff actually printed amazingly well. I went through a case of that stuff, and I had, well, I guess about 6 rolls of the Hatchbox. This would compare. I'm not sure what this black was. Oh, this one's nowhere as nice. This is a dirty Benchy. Dirty Benchy, bunch of lines. An untuned printer. I can see all the resonance marks. I actually think this was printed on the other printer. Compared to this white one. So again, this white one, I believe this is an old one. I can also tell it's much heavier. I believe this is the SPLA. Yeah, this is my SPLA. It printed. The SPLA is the arches on and the porthole and the front window are dang near perfect. Dang near perfect. But this is still not bad. As compared to the gold guy. Oh, that guy had some real issues. Oh boy. Yeah, this is a horrible Benchy. I'll have to reprint him. I'm not happy with him at all. As y'all can tell, I'm printing one of these Benchy carousels. I figured I want to get so many of these. We'll do a 2. We might even do it a 3 layer. Think about actually doing a 3 layer. Because we're going to have a bit of this. But yeah, compared to the green, printed better than this green. I don't remember which brand this is. So I had a bit of string. And I can't guarantee. Actually, I can guarantee that these are not the same G-code. But I know for a fact that all of these right here all been the same G-code. What happened to the red one? Oh yeah, the red one didn't print. And I need to print a pink one. Just because I did not do a review of that filament. The one thing I did notice that I have never seen on a spool before. Do you guys see it? And I only noticed this just because I took some other filament off. I had this blue on here. This was the last thing I printed. And I took that off. And as I was wrapping it around, the issue I came to was the hole to retain the filament, keep it from getting tangled. It was like halfway on the other side of the spool. and I'm cheap and poor, so that's why I'm doing this review of non quotes non-brand name filaments. It's not on this side, but on this side, if you'll notice, I guess about every 1.5 to 2 inches, there's a hole. Instead of just doing, you know, 2 holes close together here, 2 holes close together here, 2 holes over here, and 2 over here, or some I've only seen it like halfway. That is, I like that feature. Oh, and we can't actually read the markers now on the side. What do they say? 40 meters. Looks like 65 or 85, 100 meters, 200, 260, 300. Same thing on that side. Oh no, this side is okay, this is in distance and this side's in weight. This side has 120 grams, looks like 226 grams, 426 grams, 800 grams. Okay. It looks like 800 grams. I swear it's 800 grams. I might have to put this on the microscope just to make sure. It sure looks like it says 800 grams, but that cannot be because the next one up is 760 grams, so that has to be 600 grams. And then, that looks like 900 grams. So yeah, not too bad. Not too bad for a sub $20 spool, although that's kind of disheartening. And the fact that I keep doing that to myself, it's right on the opposite side. It's kind of low down as well, right here. I honestly am starting to think some of that was from the vacuum packing. Just never seen that before in a spool. So okay, all right, so we'll get something else next time, and then we'll do the exact same tests, and hopefully we can all learn something from this. All right, I appreciate it. If this is of any use to you, go ahead, hit like, subscribe, wouldn't hurt, be my friend, leave a comment. If you've used this filament, let me know, tell me what kind of results you've had. I had never heard of TecBears, so maybe see what they have in another color and try it out. And it did not smell it while printing. Did not make a mental note of it, but just realizing now, I did not smell this stuff at all while printing. And that's kind of surprising. But it printed way better than I expected. Corners are so sharp. The only corners that are even close to this out of all of these cubes, out of all of these cubes, is the hatchbox rail, which we know is a great filament. It's a great filament. Wow, they look like twins. Yeah, compared to any of these, those corners are just perfectly square. Very impressed, especially compared to that yellow. Pretty sure y'all can see that. I guess yellow on skin's not going to help much, but yeah, those corners are very rounded compared to this guy. Very nice. Very nice. All right, so appreciate it. We'll catch y'all next time. Next project coming up is we're actually going to be adding the same one that's on here. It is going to be the only reason I just because this happens to be the other box for that one, which is the 4-inch box. The Winsen dual gear extruder. So yeah, that'll be our next video. We're gonna do that on the other printer. It's gonna be in pieces because unfortunately that other printer is as big as this table. It's actually I have 2 of these. These fancy electric lifting tables. Isn't that handy? I never realized how handy one of these standing desks would be. Did not buy it. Somebody threw that out. Actually threw out 2 of them. The other one does not work. But it works perfectly fine to hold the printer, but the printer is literally as long as this table, and as wide as this table, and 3 feet tall. 3 feet tall. So yeah, we'll see y'all next time. That'll probably be in a couple of days before we get to that one. Maybe tomorrow. Hopefully. See what happens. But yeah, we're gonna take it at the last part to go on that other printer and see how much that improves it. So now both printers will pretty much be nearly identical in print heads, fans, cooling, extruder amount or hot end mount design. Actually, let me go over to a different view so you can see what I'm talking about. Yep, let's make that way harder than it had to be. Same SKR 1.4 turbo with 2209s on both. Both have the ESP01, which is just nice to be able to log directly into that once in a while and not wait for Octoprint to load. We're also going to be covering the new print server that I have, because both these printers used to be on Raspberry Pis, but now they both run off of a little mini PC and the 2 webcams, and it is a very nice experience. So we'll be doing a review of that and the creator script that made that possible, with links to all that. Yeah, 2209 double geared extruders, exact same power supply on both, 360 watt. Both have a BL Touch, although one's a version 2 and one's a version 3, I believe. Or sorry, not BL Touch, GL Touch. Sorry, 3D Touch. 3D Touch. Made by GearTech? Can't remember. We'll find out. Yeah. All running sensorless. Exact same. The other printer's just a larger version of this, basically. Way oversized. And once you see it, you will understand. Only difference at this point is that other one has a non-coated spring bed, and this one has a PEI coated, which I am really loving this. I'm gonna try some more on this not so rough side. It's just slightly less textured than this side. The other one is completely smooth, which is really good. It's also 300mm one. This is 220. Besides that, yeah, that's it. So we'll see y'all next time. Stay safe.